Before I lay me down, let's get this off my chest first. Excerpt of my life, I call it my next verse. I'm stressed, keep it in perspective, I'm an expert about this Northwest way of life, hey, it could end worse.
Welcome in, everyone. This is episode number 10 of UpLeft State of Mind. It's the podcast where it's okay to not be okay. It's the show that unpacks the pressure, the pain, and the process from mental health struggles to finding your identity, the healing process, and even ways that we can grow as individuals. There's no filters, there's no fluff. It's just raw conversations with people who are learning how to hold everything or how to let it all go. I'm your host, Rizzle, and whether you're tuned in from somewhere inside the beautiful Pacific Northwest or anywhere else, this is your safe space. It's a place to breathe, and it's a place to remember it's okay to not be okay. Today's episode is brought to you by Seamless Electrical Solutions. Whether it's wiring, repairs, or full electrical work, Seamless has you covered with quality done right. As a master electrician in Massachusetts, they're committed to keeping your home and business running strong. We're honored to partner with them. They're a company that values community and believes in supporting open conversations about mental health. Learn more at seamlesselectricalsolutions.com. Yes, we have our first sponsor. It's very good to announce that we are. It feels very good to announce that we have our very first sponsor. Seamless Electrical Solutions in Massachusetts reached out, friend of mine, and we're making it happen. We got some upgrades to the stream. We are in 1080p today, and we got some more cool bells and whistles and features and stuff. So shouts out to Seamless Electrical Solutions, and if you're in the Massachusetts area and you need some electrical work done, make sure that you go to seamlesselectricalsolutions.com. Check them out. Carter Adams in the chat says, "Love you, Dad. I love you too, son." Old Man Burger says, "The Dave Daily is in the house. I will be out with the wife doing family stuff. I may catch you live later." So yes, we do have a guest today. The Dave Daily will be on the show. We had a bit of a mix-up with the timing and everything, so he will be here shortly. So I'm going to keep you guys company until then. I want to start off the show by just reminding everyone to, if you guys are on Facebook, come over to the YouTube channel, give us a sub, and hit that thumbs up. It really does a lot for the show. We really would appreciate that. Man, it feels good to be doing another episode. I have a lot of good stuff coming up soon. I have a company rafting trip coming up in a week, and we go to a state park with the company, and we're there for about 4 days, and we just kind of unplug and unwind, and it's such a good escape after a long hard season, long hard summer. So I'm looking forward to that a lot. I every episode I do a self-check, and I always talk about how work is stressful and this and that. And work is stressful, but it makes me appreciate the times when work is not stressful, and work isn't always stressful. It just happens to be one of those times a year. And so you gotta remember that, to not always look at things from the negative aspect. You gotta have your cup half full, and I really try to be deliberate in doing that from day to day, and so stuff's good, work's good. I'm blessed to have a job and to be able to provide for my family, and things like that. So that's really great. 2 weeks from now, I have my give back, Rizzle's give back, right up here on the wall, and we are having a food drive and a school supply drive from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. in McMinnville on September 14th, and it's $15 to get in. So here's how it works. You go to the store, you get $15 worth of school supplies or $15 worth of canned goods, non-perishable food items. save your receipt, bring your receipt to the door to the event, show them the receipt. You get dollar for dollar discount from your receipt to the ticket price. So, and then that allows us to get the supplies that we need to make sure that the families in need just get a little help this year. You know, everyone needs a little help from time to time, and I'm just so blessed to be able to do an event like this where we can bring the community together. We've had so many great sponsors, and it's such a cool thing to be able to see everyone come together as one. And man, I'm super proud of everyone that's reached out. I've had so many people reach out and say, you know, I can't be there, but I have a box of supplies for you. And just everyone that's donated for the raffle, and everyone that's donated cash to help the event costs. And it's so humbling to you know, when I started this thing, I was really I was scared that it was going to kind of fall flat, you know, and not really it's not really clear how much of an impact we're going to have, but it seems to me that it's going to be more than just falling flat, you know. And it feels really good to be able to know that when I ask for it, for a good cause, that my community can step up and come to the plate and really do something that not a lot of people are doing all the time. And I want to try to change that. And so if you guys are free Sunday the 14th, make sure you guys come out. We're at Happy Acres at the Bayou. It's on Facebook, Rizzles Give Back at Happy Acres. Just do some good. You know, we got a bounce house, we got face painting, bring the kids out. Kids 12 and under get in free. So make sure you guys come out, buy some raffle tickets. We have bottles of wine, we have massage vouchers, we have a voucher for a free gutter cleaning on a 1-story house. We have some t-shirts. There's all kinds of stuff. We have a 12-piece wings from Neely's food cart that we're going to be giving away. Also, there's just all kinds of stuff that is going to be going on there. And it's really just important that everyone comes out and shows up and just shows the community what we can do, you know. And then 4 days after that, I have King of the Mic. That is going to be great. I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone there. That's another thing that I'm really, this year, I'm really trying to not to let my anxiety and my fear of, you know, I talk about fear of failure, but really, like, I also have a fear of success. And I don't know if people can relate to that or not, but so many times in life I have skipped out on an opportunity or not showed up for something. And, you know, I always blame my anxiety. You know, I'm scared of people and I'm scared of this and that. And, you know, crowds and stuff. Sometimes I really just think that I'm afraid of success. If that makes any sense. I'm afraid of what may happen if I do well. And then I'm stuck. Then I'm committed to continue. You know, it's such a weird thing. I don't know if people can relate to that, or if anybody else has ever felt that, but it's hard to explain, but it's a real thing. And so this King of the Mic, I'm entering this contest, and I'm not really doing it to win, but I'm doing it to push myself and test myself and just see if I can step up to the plate under pressure. And it's Friday, September 19th. It's in Salem at the Tiki Lounge. I need everyone to come and support me out there too. If you guys have nothing to do on a Friday night, come and see some live music. There's going to be a few more artists performing too, and we just put together the best set that we can, and perform. And then there's judges, and the winner of that night moves on to the next round. And I'm just doing it to prove to myself that I can put myself out there, because oftentimes when I perform or when I show up to a venue, and I've talked about this before on the pod, that I'm immediately looking for someone that's going to be judging me, or something. And this time when I show up, there's going to be people judging me. Like that's the name of the game. And so it's really imperative for me to just step out there and do it. And this year, like I was saying, I'm making it a point to not hold myself back by the fear of good things happening. And that's such a weird thing to say and to talk about, but I get scared that I'll do well in something and then I'll have to continue doing it, and I won't be able to just fall back and back into my comfort zone of not not just being comfortable, not being under pressure, not being held accountable for continuing to, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's a real thing, and I'm curious if anybody else feels that too, at times. But let's see, what else do I have? I'm looking at my calendar here. If you guys are on Facebook, come over and say hi on the YouTube channel. I got my headphones messing me up. So yeah, if you guys are on Facebook, come over to the YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and drop a subscribe. Drop a subscribe. We're at 407 subs now. I can't believe it. We are working our way to 500. Man, it's just such a cool thing to be able to do this podcast and be welcomed. I've had so many new people reach out to be on the podcast, and that's also holding me accountable, and it's really like, that's another thing that I'm trying to, with the show, the competition, I'm stepping out, I'm putting myself outside the comfort zone. With this podcast also, I'm putting myself out there, and I am not comfortable talking to people. I'm not comfortable talking like this. I'm not, I don't like to talk on the phone. I don't like to, I'm an introvert to the fullest, and so for me to do this podcast, I really have to step outside of my box and do things that I'm not used to, and do things that I'm uncomfortable doing, and things that make me stressed out, but I'm going to do it. And people are reaching out to be on the pod, and I'm going to say yes to every single person, because people need to be heard. They need somewhere that they can tell their story. They need somewhere that they can share things and be in a safe place. And I'm that. I'm going to be that. And so I'm holding myself accountable and putting myself out there. And it's just really going to be an interesting journey, but I'm here for it, and shouts out to people helping people live on YouTube. If you guys have not yet, go over to their channel, hit the subscribe button, show them some love. Alexander J is over there doing some really great stuff. They're trying to send a child to Camp ASDA. And if you guys don't know what Camp ASDA is, it's for type 1 diabetics, and type 1 diabetics show up to this camp, and they're surrounded by people going through the same thing as them, which kids with type 1 diabetes don't often encounter. And so what Alexander J and people helping people are trying to do is they're trying to raise some money so that they can send some kids to Camp ASDA. And it's such a great thing that they're doing. And if you guys, I encourage you to go over to their channel. I'm sure they have links on all of their videos. And actually, if you go to episode number 9, where I had Alexander J on the show, it's in the podcast playlist. I have a link in there for Camp ASDA, and you can click on that and you can go check it out, and you can make sure that if you're able to, help one of these kids out, because it's really a life-changing experience. He had someone on the show that when they were younger, they went to this camp, and it really changed their life, and it made them advocate for type 1 diabetes, and to send more kids to this camp. And so it's really just a great thing that they're doing over there at People Helping People Live. And I also wouldn't be doing this podcast if it wasn't for them. So make sure that you guys show them love and check out the past episodes. I believe at 4 p.m. Pacific today, the episode number 9 of UpLeft State of Mind is going to premiere on their channel. And also we have chapter 2, episode 11 of People Helping People, which premiered on our channel Saturday. And so we did like a dual episode thing, and it's just a way that we can kind of cross promote each other and share our community and share our ideas and just really kind of help each other grow. And that's what this is all about, you know. We have a new episode this Wednesday. We're going to be a bit later start. Usually Wednesdays are a 6 p.m. start. It's going to be 7 p.m. And that is going to be with Poverty's Poster Boy. Now, this guy is a musician. This guy is a performer. So if you guys want to hear about all of his stories, I mean, I can't, it's going to be a crazy episode. Make sure you guys come tune in for that. Again, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. As I was saying, a bit later start. Yeah, 7:30 p.m. Wednesday. Poverty's Poster Boy is going to be on the show. And then I'm taking a couple days off for rafting, my company trip, like I was mentioning. And then Wednesday, September 10th, we have DJ Byro on the show, the DJ for my wedding. This is going to be an awesome episode also. She's a great person. She's got a lot of amazing stuff that she's going to share with you guys, and I can't wait to sit down and talk with her also. So yeah, that's going to be great. That's Wednesday the 10th. That is a Wednesday. That's a weekday, 6 p.m. start for that one. So yeah, sorry, I'll just kind of keep you guys updated on the calendar stuff. If you guys are over on Facebook, make sure you come over to YouTube and show some love to the channel. We are trying to grow over there. I've been looking into Spotify, but you know, I'm just kind of trying to keep it in one place right now. I want to do a quick little talk while we're waiting for our guest. He should be here shortly. No rush, Dave. We'll be here. We're good. I want to do a quick talk about social media and how comparing is just such an issue these days, especially with kids. And it's just so tough to get kids to not compare themselves, you know, especially with, you know, all the social media that's going on. And that's all kids do is just post the best parts. Like social media is the top 2% of your life. You know, it's the best parts that you want to share, and kids see that and they don't understand, and they just think that, oh, everybody's cooler than me and all of this and that. And it's like, man, it's really a trap. And if we can get kids to even us, even me, like I compare myself to others sometimes on social media, especially being a musician. And if we can start comparing as inspiration and not like self-destruction or putting yourself down, then I feel that is a good way to try to change that habit, because we're so stuck in the way of seeing what other people have on social media and just thinking that what we have isn't good enough. And a lot of the times, you know, that's not even the case, and that's not the other person's life anyways. So if we could just do our best to try to remember that, and really, if you see something and it makes you compare yourself to it, use that as inspiration to lift yourself up more, and you know, think of it as as something to work towards. If someone has a nicer vehicle than you, or they have whatever the case may be, like it's not that they're better than you. Like, people have different situations in life. Everyone has a different situation in life. And so just remember that, man. It's so tough these days. I get stuck comparing myself to others, and it's so toxic. And yeah. Josie Combs says, yay, Byro, cutest. Yeah, I'm super excited. Super stoked to have Byro on. It's going to be a great episode. Let's see here. How are you guys doing? How's chat doing? You guys doing okay today? I guess we could talk about when life feels like it's getting out of control. I felt like that a few days ago, and I was kind of keeping that on the back burner for something that I needed, if I needed a few minutes to fill. And this is a great opportunity for that. This is cool too, because I have nothing planned right now. Like I said, my guest was, we were supposed to start at 2, and it's no fault of anyone's, but wires got, we miscommunicated, and he thought that the show was starting at 6 tonight. So he'll be here shortly. We're making it happen, but I'm freestyling right now, and I don't do that. So this is a growing process for me, for sure. And it's cool to do it. He said, you want to go later, or you want to just do it now? I can be there at 2:30. And I said, nah, man, I got to practice being solo on the pod. So take your time, get here when you can. The show will be going when you get here, and I'm going to do my thing. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, life, when life feels out of control. Oh, people helping people. Speaking of people helping people, thank you for the love, bro. We are all a team here. Nothing but love to you and yours. Happy to see you flexing that podcast muscle. You're killing it. Well, you know what? It's been a great experience so far. So we're in it for the long run, man. But yeah, when life feels out of control, it's felt out of control for me a little bit lately, and that's really just because I've had so many hats on, and sometimes you just have to focus on, like, the small tasks, small victories. And I've talked about that on the podcast before. When setting goals, try to set small goals too, so that you're not just always trying to reach one, that's clear out in the distance and you can't get to it. So it's the same thing when life feels like it's out of control and you have all these things going on. Focus on one small task, and just try to get everything else out of the way. And sometimes you got to focus on your breathing. And I know I do box breathing a lot, where you breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, breathe out for 4, hold it for 4, and just repeat that. And it really just helps ground you. And I have trouble keeping my thoughts all together. I get jumbled a lot, and it's a scary feeling sometimes. And so for me, it's really important to focus on those small things, and try to keep things within an arm's reach. And it's really good to help keep you grounded and stuff. So yeah, that's super important. And it's also good to, like, reflect on things too, because when life gets chaotic, sometimes we feel like we just don't have the power to control it, and it's important to sit back and think about other times where it's felt chaotic, because this can't be the first time, right? I mean, we've all had things that we've gone through, and so you made it out of that, and you're here now. And so sit back, think about another time that was troubling for you, or that was crazy, and you had all this stuff going on, and then gain some strength from that. Grab onto that, hold that close to you, and remember that, hey, you know what? I did that. I made it through this. I had all this stuff going on at work, and I had these side projects going on, and this and that, and for me, it's episode prep, and and then editing the previous episode and putting clips out and making sure that everything is on all social media platforms and formatted the right way for each one, making sure that I'm advertising for the next episode and making sure the guests are ready and I'm having guests lined up weeks out in advance, and then making sure I'm touching base with them as we get closer, and finding side topics to talk about, and trying to learn the new stuff with the streaming platform. And it's so much, and that's just one avenue of my life, you know. And then I have music, where I have songs that I'm working on, and songs that are going to be released soon, and then events that I'm throwing, and all of these things that it's just this way, that way, this way, you know. And then I have my family and my kids and my wife, and it's super crazy for me sometimes. So I have to stop and take a step back and just look around and say, I've been here before. I've done this. This is what I do, you know. And it's, man. So what's crazy about that, Alex, with the soundboard volume? Or not crazy, but the way that works is that's on a dynamic thing. And so that works the same. It comes through my microphone. So if I turn the volume down on that, then my microphone is going to think that it's background noise. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to work. But I can try it. I mean, that's what we're doing. That's what we're here for, right? We're going to do this stuff on the fly. Let's see what we got. Let me turn it down, and then we'll play with it while I have somebody in chat that's listening, right? So it's at 77 dBs right now. Let's go down to 68. Apply. We'll see if you can see. It tells me low voice volume. It's going to give me a warning saying that it might be, you know. Let's see what this sounds like. All right, let's go through the mic. Is that better? I can go down lower too. I like this. This is good. This is good. We're ironing it out. Yeah, but so, you know, I have all this stuff going on, and it's just important for me to sit back sometimes and remember that this isn't the first time. This ain't my first rodeo. I've had stuff going on for years, and it's just part of the game. It's just part of the process, and we all can make it through to the next day. Just focus on every small win, you know, and every small task. Don't get overwhelmed too much, because nothing's really that serious either. Yeah, Alex, let me know if you're still in here and how that sound was, because I can turn that down even more also. And if you guys are over on Facebook, make sure that you go over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. It does a lot for us, and we appreciate you guys being here very much. It's been a good run so far with this podcast. I feel like we're doing good. We've been received well. I'm super happy with the ways that it's making me grow as a person and as a speaker. I was at a dinner last night, and our guest is in the studio. Let me stop blabbing and let's get him on here.
First of all, never stop blabbing. That's the whole point of the internet.
Oh, the Dave Daily is here. What's up, man?
Mr. Rizzle, what's going on, brother? How are you?
How's it going?
Sorry,
dude? I'm good.
Sorry for the misunderstanding. I apologize significantly.
No worries, dude. No worries. We're making it happen. So are you just out grocery shopping? Something?
Something like that. I was watching football actually at our local establishment, having a couple beverages little Big Ten action, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Same with you and your Ducks, brother. You joined the good club.
Yeah. Yep.
I think they're they're having a lovely Saturday afternoon, actually winning.
Good,
so,
good. Glad to hear it.
How you been, man?
Dude, I've been good. I've been busy, but we're thriving, as Camp would say. We are thriving.
Love that.
Why don't you just tell us a bit about yourself?
It's a great question. I have no answer. No. So I'm Dave.
Yes.
So I mean, I guess if we're really getting into it, I mean, from a content creation standpoint, it's been probably 15 plus years. From a dealing with anxiety and such that we're probably going to get into, it's been 45 of my 45 years. I don't remember the first 3 of it, but I'm sure that it was there. But yeah, no, dude, just random guy from Pennsylvania.
Actually, from the place where the Groundhog's Day movie.
Yeah, grew up in Punxsutawney.
There we go.
Groundhog Day is my shtick for sure. But yeah, I mean, look, dude, our paths crossing is such a random story, and friendships come out of that. I mean, it's straight from probably one of the darkest times that we've all had, which was COVID. I mean, not for nothing. I know, not to belittle any childhood trauma, all of that, but like, damn it, last 5 years. I mean, hell, 2019, we were rocking and rolling. 2021, it was like, let's figure it out. But one of the good things that came out of it, I mean, and I think you'll agree, is as much as it sucked, is like we were all inside doing whatever. Thank Jeebus for the internet, and it's how we met. So via a Call of Duty podcast, and playing the video game for, dude, it's half a decade. Like, think about it, for real. It's insane, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was explaining to somebody earlier today about the sponsor of the podcast, Seamless Electrical Solutions. Shout out to them, and how it's just a dude that I met on the internet, and then it turned into one of my closest friends. You know what I mean? Like, and
you can't beat it.
It's just crazy.
Dude. I mean, look, man. We can go back to, I think during COVID, around COVID, post like initial COVID, like from 2020 through late 2022, like a lot of people made and found friendships on the internet through interests that they had, right? And I mean, I got tons of history on that when it really comes down to it, in the Disney content creation standpoint, right? Like, met a ton of people, but there's something to be said about going through something like that together. Dude, I don't know if I've ever put it together, right, and really talked about it, but like, I played video games, whatever, but got into Call of Duty with content creation in mind. And now there's 6, 7, 8 of us that like legit are best friends that have never met.
Yep.
And it's odd.
Yeah.
But
it's fucking, it's an amazing thing though, dude.
It's fantastic. And what's crazy is you're going to have more of this as we move into, the next probably 10 years with bringing AI into the whole deal. VR, which AR, VR, and AI, all of it, dude, if it all comes together correctly, it's like, it's going to feel like right now we're talking, but we don't feel like we're in the same room.
Yeah.
I think in less than 5 years with a headset on,
we could be
we're
in
gonna
a central.
feel like we're in the same room.
Yep. And
I mean,
that's wild. Even like
bananas, dude.
Yeah. So
Anyway, man.
so what did COVID do for you, like mentally? Like, was it how how did it affect your life? Because I know for me, I didn't miss one day of work because of COVID.
I didn't either.
Okay.
I also went from enjoying work to not necessarily that. Like what I do, we were technically essential, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't get the whole, and I'm not being an asshole, but I didn't get the whole like middle management COVID vacation that a lot of people did, where it was like, I'm doing 20% of the work that I need to do, but I'm still getting paid for all of it. And It's all because no one wanted to tell people that they had to actually go do things. Yeah. But I digress from that. I mean, COVID was a significantly stressful part. In the last 20 years, it's probably been the largest stressor outside of just, dealing with day-to-day stuff, right? I mean, it was nuts. I mean, I literally just talked to my therapist about this, and it was like, how did you stop drinking? But dude, I walked into my house every single day and just poured a bourbon. Like, and it wasn't bourbon. It was bourbon.
It was a bourbon.
It was Four Fingers, baby. Yeah. I mean, and it's not great. And I'm not proud of that whole deal, but like, I mean, shit, we all
cope,
Well, dude, it was unprecedented, right?
Yeah.
Like, and my thing is like, from a background standpoint, looking at that, I have a biology degree, have gone through epidemiology courses where like I was doing all of the back end math that like, if what they were putting forward, we were all going to fucking die. Like, I mean, it was significant. And it turned out that it wasn't. It turned out that the numbers that were put out there, it turned out all of that was a complete farce. And you've seen Office Space, correct?
Yes.
Remember whenever he accidentally moved the decimal point? That's what they did.
Right.
But I don't think it was accidental. And I think that's a whole other conversation for a whole other podcast that you should probably start. But anyway, but no, I mean, it was significantly stressful. It was, I mean, if we really want to get into it, it was one of those where content creation on the front end of that, like, poised to do well in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of know the history of D&T, right?
Yeah.
Like we had a group of 4 of us that were working on a YouTube channel together that was making significant headway, that was doing super well, had all these plans for 2020 that just got shot in the ass.
Yep.
Because of that. And so that portion sucked. That was the whole personal life portion of it. But like, on top of it, like, work wasn't great. It wasn't great. It was super stressful. Went through 2 years of that. 2021, thought I was having a heart attack.
Yeah.
I wasn't, but
do you
still sucked.
Do you want to talk about that at all, or?
Well, yeah, no. So 2021, thought I was having a heart attack. Wasn't. Went to the ER. All good.
That was scary for all of us in Discord.
Dude,
I mean,
but that was 23 that you're talking about. That was whenever I had to have surgery.
Right.
Was when this whole started, and life was fine. Then 23 found out I had an ascending aortic aneurysm and had to have open heart. In September. Actually, it'll be 2 years here in about a week and a half. But like, so that was a whole thing. But like, from going from holy shit, I feel like I'm having a heart attack, to no, I'm not. And then 21 to 23 was like significant fitness and trying to reevaluate how to deal with stuff, right?
Yeah.
So that was the whole, like, get into cold exposure, get into sunlight, get into working out, like lifting heavy things, picking them up and putting them down on a pretty regular basis. 4 or 5. I was doing it 5 times a week. I mean, honestly, If we're really trying to throw stuff out there for like little nuggets that people can grab, like, look, three days a week of 30 to 45 minutes of actual weightlifting, like picking heavy stuff up and putting it down, will put you in a better spot mentally than 90% of the stuff you can do.
Yeah.
For sure. I swear by and subscribe to that.
What kind of cold exposure do you do?
Currently just shower. Like I haven't bought the whole immersion deal.
Yeah.
But 30 to 45 seconds every day in the morning.
Oh my God. It's glorious.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, it's one of those where even if all it does, and I'm fine with placebo effect and all that stuff, like,
right.
If all it does is wake me up and make me feel like I did something, I'm cool with that.
I'll still take it.
There's a lot of like serious focus on fixing quote unquote big things, when really all what you need to focus on is 2 or 3 small things that will completely mitigate 60 to 80% of your big feelings.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's what I was talking about a little bit right before you got on, was like,
cool.
When you feel like life is getting chaotic and out of control, like focus on some small tasks.
Yeah.
Focus on a couple small things. You don't have to look out in the distance at the long-term goal. Like do some small shit and get your mind back in control. And,
it's amazing what checking a couple boxes do.
Yeah. Small goals. Like everyone has long-term goals. Make a couple small ones. Yeah. Like that's why I like cold showers, because I feel like I've accomplished something first thing in the day, something difficult that made me uncomfortable and I didn't fucking like it. And I did that. Now what? Now anything else is going to be easier than that today.
Before you walked out of the house.
Yeah. Right.
You've already checked a box. It's the hardest thing you're going to do today.
Yep.
And if that's the hardest thing that you have to do is say yes to a cold shower, it
bring it,
100%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's there's a lot of little things, right? One, I highly recommend cold exposure. 2, I'm big into sunlight, right? I mean, Pac Northwest, it's kind of tough. Western PA, kind of tough, but get out there. The other one that, like, I haven't 100% bought into, but I get it. Like the whole, like, wake up in the morning, cold exposure, sun exposure, and grounding, right? So no shoes, walk out, stand on not concrete.
Yep. I've heard of that. I haven't done it.
I'm not saying it's I'm 100% behind it, but kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Like
well, I've heard people that believe in it,
Well, it's a big Gary Brecka thing, right?
Okay.
If you're into that whole thought process, like for sure. But that's solid. I mean, it's crazy because dealing with anxiety, right, is better done in the morning with 5 or 6 simple check boxes as opposed to attempting to talk through it later. So if you're really looking for like activity, right? Like 1, cold exposure for sure in the shower in the morning is fantastic. 2, frankly, staying hydrated, and part of that isn't just water. It's either rose gold salt or Himalayan sea salt, Celtic salt as well, right? Put some of that in a glass of water in the morning, a little bit of lemon.
It's crazy how being dehydrated affects you mentally.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So if you knock those 2 out of the way, right? You do those 2 things early. If you can get some sun exposure, that's awesome. Vitamin D is fantastic. If you can work out, and it doesn't have to be going to the gym or whatever, but 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups will get you to that point, right? Like it's probably 12 or 15 minutes, whatever. But anything you can do on top of, outside of just your normal walk or whatever,
Yeah.
like that's huge. So we got those, and you know, I mean, proper diet's big, but that's always tough for people.
Yeah. Do you have any outlets that you use when you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed out or anything that I mean, some people say they go to karaoke and sing, or they do this or do that, or
Yeah.
they paint or
Yeah, no, it should be something different, but you know, normally it's let me rephrase. One, if I don't lift, I'm more stressed.
Mhm.
If and I have significant anecdotal evidence of this, but I usually work out at lunch. A lot of shit happens in the morning. If it's bad, dude, I'm going significantly hard in the weight room.
Yeah.
Whether it's weight or whether it's doing something more like functional, so like tire flips, sledgehammer strikes, like that stuff, like for real is it I hate to say this. It is 100% like just soothing. And that's
Yeah.
not the correct word for it.
No,
But
I
like,
get it.
but
I get it. I mean, it's the same as any intense, aggressive release of
yeah,
anything is gonna be relaxing.
yeah,
You know,
100%, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've said before, like I'll be driving down the road, and sometimes you just yell, you know,
yeah.
and I just give it a good you know, and you feel good.
Well, on top of that, like breath work is pretty significant just across the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you can learn how to box breathe well,
Mm-hmm. I was just talking about that also.
yeah, box breathing's fantastic. Yeah. The what was it officially? Voluntary sighing. Have you done this? It's similar to box, but not. So it's like a sharp inhale through the nose. So, and then fill your lungs, and then slowly out of the mouth.
So I have done that not knowing that I was intentionally doing that, but that is one thing that I'll do. Like if I just, you know, it's just a, you know, just like a deep breath, dude. And sometimes it just pulls you back in.
But it tempers the whole like significant deep breath. So it's like 50% chill of, or 50% fill of there. And then once you're here, slow for full breath. And then it's like as slow as you can exhale. Okay. So it's not, it's
so it's
very
super deliberate. Yeah.
Super deliberate, right? Okay. Very intentional on boom, boom. But it's there's another, and I forget what it's called, but it's like a like very staccato 2 breaths in a row. So it's
mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's similar to that, right? So I am by no means a breathing expert. I'm just saying stuff that has worked for me.
Oh yeah, that's the story of this show.
Yeah, I mean, box breathing for sure. But like the biggest thing is that, well, the other big thing, if you're gonna do a deep breath, don't breathe up, breathe back. It's interesting to say it that way, but like, and try to fill the back of your neck as opposed to your cavity whenever you're breathing through your nose. It's really weird, but you'll understand it when you try. It's weird, but you'll.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's going here instead of just holding up in the cavities that you have, and that actually expands diaphragm, expands all of that, right? Like the biggest thing is if you look at like anthropological history associated to it, right? Like that is how you stay in the moment, right? Like we are 100% wired to when that dopamine hits, boom, done. We're focusing on right now.
Yeah.
And that's cool, but sometimes that's overwhelming. And if you need to bring it back to a manageable capacity, this it brings it automatically kind of like we've all been in that like fight or flight moment, right? Where
Oh yeah.
there's just a ton of haziness in the back of your head where you can't really make a decision. You know you can, you know you need to, but
You don't want to.
Well,
Like,
no, I think that it's crazy that we haven't had practice to do that. Just because nothing is that scary in life, right? Like the majority of the anxiety that we get is not from acute single instance actions. It is anxiety and stress that is built up over time, right? It's not acute, right? So the whole point that you have this podcast, Riz, is the fact that dealing with lingering stress isn't what the human animal has ever been designed to do. And frankly, right now we're bridging, and I honestly think we're bridging from what genetically we were to now. Like, but before, this was all shit that you just pushed down, right? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Two 40-something dudes talking about this would have been
about their feelings. That's
absolutely
witchcraft.
shit on in 1989.
Yeah.
And that's not that long ago.
No, it's not. And they're starting to change. The narrative is starting to shift finally, you know. And it's just
dude, I never would have gone to therapy and got to a point where it was like, well, I'm going to do that or do something not good. So F it, we're gonna go find out. And I spent a lot of years trying to figure this stuff out myself, and I think I got a lot of tips, tactics, and all that. The one thing that if you try to figure it out yourself, you're never gonna get is saying it out loud to someone else. And if there's any tip that I could throw out there for people that are dealing with a lot of stuff that they don't know, find someone else to say it to. Because one of several things is going to happen. I mean, one, at least you manifested it into the real world, right? Like, I mean, you said it. It's not just in your head.
Right.
And either it's going to be a discussion point, or you're going to realize that it's nowhere near as big of a deal as you thought it was. But saying it is super important, and getting it out of just you, right? The other one is don't knock journaling.
Oh, I was just gonna say journaling. If you don't have anybody to talk to, man, pick up a pen and write that shit down.
But don't try to do it yourself. And I guarantee, a lot of people are like, I don't have that friend, I don't have whatever. I guarantee that the friend that you don't think is that good would gladly listen to what you're going through, because they care about you more than you think that they do.
Yep.
We as humans always look at like the most negative thing that we can think, right? Like, OMG, blah, blah, blah. Like, no matter what, you're always worried about
it's the cup half empty all the time.
100%. And goes with relationships too. And you're probably not leaning into relationships as much as you should, because you're afraid. And if you work through that, it's one of those where there's more people going through what you're going through than you think that there are. And you know, it's tough. It's putting yourself out there, but if you start the conversation, someone's going to finish it. And frankly, if they don't, then they're just not mature enough at the moment to do so. So don't take anything, don't take any offense or whatever. Just do your thing.
Yeah. It's so important. I've been trying to say that lately. There's no bad time to check on a friend. There's
Nope.
no bad time to reach out, make sure somebody's okay. Like maybe somebody's going through something and they don't know how to reach out. So be that reason why they feel like they can open up, you know?
The worst thing you ever want to say is, I was going to call him. Just call him. There's no reason not to. Worst thing that happens is he doesn't pick up, or she, whatever. But like, worst thing that happens is they don't pick up. Worst thing that happens is you run into them later. But like, nothing has ever been negative about you checking in on someone.
No, and it makes such a big difference.
You don't know what that call is.
Yeah, dude, everybody's going through something. Nobody knows how to deal with it, you know. Talking about going through stuff, I like to ask my guests about a time when they felt like they were at or near rock bottom.
Right.
And not to dwell on the trauma, but just to set the stage so that we can provide the tools that maybe if someone else is going through that or will go through that in the future, that they know how to navigate that, you know. If you don't mind, what is one of your rock bottom moments?
2004, my mother passed away of pancreatic cancer. It was 10 days from diagnosis to death. I was 24 years old.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Appreciate that, man. It's one of those where you look at it in hindsight and you're like, it would have been great to have guidance to get through it. And it was I'm too smart to go through whatever. I'll figure it out myself. Well, figure it out myself was 35 pounds, a little too much beer, and not giving a fuck about life. And, you know, between everything that was family history wise, whether it was heart issues or diabetes or cancer or whatever, and saying, fuck it, I'm going to be done by 60. It's not the right answer. And you get out of that when you see your first kid and you want to be here for a long time. So
that was
my whole point is, if you're having a bad day, go have a kid. I'm kidding. No, but I mean, you know, it's you looked back at it and that was the turning point, but it shouldn't have been. It really shouldn't have been. It should have been getting yourself right to put yourself in a position to be the best parent that you could eventually.
Right.
It didn't need to be 3 years of you know, strife and, you know, just negative self-talk and all that, right? It didn't need to be that. The thing you learn from something like that is you're truly never out of the fight, but it sure as hell feels like it sometimes. And when it feels like it, you got to figure something out to get to the other side of that doorway. Because no matter what happens, it's never as bad as you think it for you. And even when it is that bad, you have and you can go with the whole external locus and be like, I need to do it for my family, my wife, my sister, my father, whatever. You got to do it for you.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to help them until you help yourself. And it is such a farce that if you're
Uh-oh,
You're-
Dave, I think your input switched.
yeah. Hold on. You good?
Yeah.
We good now? Yeah. No,
Yeah, there we go.
I pulled
Did
it.
it you went quiet for a second and then it switched to
Yeah. No, I think I pulled it.
Oh, you are loud.
Hold, please.
There you go.
I've done nothing.
There you go. That was weird. Yeah, you went quiet and I thought it was like connection and then it was like webcam audio or something.
We good?
Yep.
I think we are.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah. No, I forget where I was.
You can't help your family members and loved ones.
The farce is that if I care about myself, I don't care about others, and it's a lie.
Right, because you can't take care of it. Like I tell my wife all the time, like, because she's she likes to help other people and she worries about everyone else's problems and not her own. And sometimes you got to step back because you can't do that and you can't help others if you're not strong enough to even take care of yourself at the moment.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. And so you basically used I learned this more and more as I talk to people, and in one form or another, people lean on family no matter what.
Yeah,
whether it's their children or a spouse or parents or something, and it's so important. I can't stress enough the value of having a support system around you. So
I will say that support system is not always family. It could be chosen family. It could be friends. It could be
right.
I mean, Riz, we've as a crew in our Discord, we've gone through a lot.
Oh yeah,
and I think we've helped each other through a lot, and it's just been typed words or maybe a phone call here and there, or a 2 a.m. voice chat, right? It's a support structure is more important than anything, but having an internal locus of control is as important, right? Like, it's my responsibility to do X, but I might need help to do it. And in that mentality is significantly different than they need to help me.
Right.
I need to help me, but I might need help. Like, it seems like it's semantics, and it is, but inside of your head, it's important. It's a completely different thought process.
Yeah. People helping people says, great way to break a heavy moment. Having a bad day, have a kid.
100% true. I mean, if you learned anything today, just go out, let it fly. We're good.
Jesus.
9 months from now, life is good.
Yeah. Oh man. So what did having a kid do for you mentally? Like, what did that, having kids for me has been one of the greatest things. And I still to this day I'm learning from it. Like how did that, that's what got you out of that. So what went on in your head?
Well, there's at that point, it's going from 0 kids to 1 kid, right? So it's like, oh, now there's someone that is dependent on me for everything, forever. So should probably not be a shithead and figure it out, right? Like,
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way, but like it was okay. Now I get it, right?
Mhm.
Like, there's a lot. There's a lot to say about living in the moment, which I'm not good at. There's a lot to say about realizing what is going on right now
Mhm.
is the only thing that is actually going on, because everything in the past is fake, everything in the future is fake. And if you spend too much time thinking about both of those, you're not living in the present, which is the only thing that's real. Um, Now that's a slippery slope where it's
Mm.
like, well, F it, I'm not going to do anything to worry about the future.
Right.
So you need to mitigate that, right? But it's not about planning or goals. That's a different story. It's about the way that you regulate yourself. And again, I'm just learning this. And I'm not great at it, but like, so you asked how kids changed everything, and like, legit, it's not about you anymore.
Right.
Um, but I also think that's a bad answer because it is about you.
Well,
And I
because
think,
if you
well,
can't,
go ahead.
you have to focus on yourself a bit, because
Yeah.
if you're not continually growing alongside
Yes.
your child,
Mhm.
what are you going to be able to provide for them?
Well, I think a lot of focus goes on the kids, and I think you see this a lot on Instagram. I think you see this a lot on and no offense, stay at home mom, Graham, and all that, where it's like we're vaulting our kids up on top of what we do, and that's not great. And it's awesome that your focus is on making sure that your kids' life is better than yours. That's awesome, but you know what you have to live? It's your life. And if if you're falsely manufacturing, and it's not the best way to say it, but if you're manufacturing a life for your kids that isn't real, but you think it should be real, and you try to manifest that, instead of just showing them what life is, I think that's a disservice to the kids. Um, there's a difference between caring about your kids and doing anything for them ever, and putting them in a situation where they're not going to win.
Right.
Um, and it's interesting now, like, the kid that got me out of all this is 18. She's going to college now. She's a real adult. She's got a real job, not a real job, but she's got a job. It's all good.
Beautiful.
And there's nothing wrong with that. But the conversations that are had between her and I are a lot different than what you would think. And like now it's just it's guiding them. And what I'm learning is it's guiding them through an area of time that I had very little guidance looking back.
Mm-hmm.
The expectation in 1998 when I graduated high school was I'm just going to go to college and everything will be fine and it's all good. And it wasn't, because, I liked to party.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't work
partying's
out too
fun.
well. It is. It's a great time.
It's fun when you're that age,
Yeah, and it should be. And that's fantastic. Go do your thing. But not a lot of conversation about, the onus being put on you,
Right.
the amount of money that's being spent for you to go to college, the yada 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 yada, whatever you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
And I think it was a disservice to me. I think I'd be in a better position currently if it would have been there. So, you learn from things, you try to change things, and
Right.
really try to, like, my thing now, and it's all simple stuff. It's all simple stuff that I could easily fix, but it's like, you got to buy your books.
Mm-hmm.
You have a job now, you got to buy your books. Well, not for nothing. We're in a position where, you know, my father has put aside basically enough for the kids to go to school. So they're not paying for it, But you know what kind of hurts? When you have to buy a book or 2 books and it's $112 and you have to buy it. And even though you know that the money's coming back, pull the trigger fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah.
But pulling that trigger is important.
Yeah. Yes.
So even though you know you have the support and everything's coming back to you, right? And you know, like I said, we're blessed in that's the position that we're in. But I was in the same position. I didn't know shit.
Yeah.
I wasn't told this, wasn't told that. It was just Dave will do this, Dave will do that, Dave will do this, Dave will do that. And then it was fine. I was an 18-year-old, 12-year-old at that point, basically.
Yeah, right.
Looking back, I wish it would have been, Dave, you got to take care of this, that, the other thing. Here's this. We have a budget of X. You have to stay in it. That's called learning something. That's called figuring out a budget. And that's where I'm at. And I know it's not necessarily,
kids
mental
don't think
health.
about that's not what the kids want to think about when they go to college is how much dad's paying and what it's gonna. Yeah.
No, not at all. And it's those are the things that lead to you not being anxious later.
Right.
Because you've already checked those boxes. You've gone down that list and been like, I've dealt with that. And like significantly like short story, right? Like my daughter's going to Penn State at a satellite campus. She put in for a parking permit. Nothing crazy, $65. Well, University Park denied it. It's not where she's going. She thought she clicked the wrong button. She thought that she wasn't going to have a parking spot. She thought that she lost $65. And she calls me, and I'm like, go to the traffic department at the local spot and ask a question.
Yeah, right.
If you screwed up, you're not the first person to ever do this. They probably it probably happens 15 times a day.
Yeah,
they're just going to be like, you're good. Don't worry. Or X, Y, or Z, this is what you have to do. You are putting an unnecessary amount of stress on yourself without asking questions and putting yourself in a situation where you can find that info.
Oh my God, I do that as a 40-year-old.
So do I. But it's one of those where if you can mitigate that as much as you can, she was so stressed. And I'm like, stop. She walked in. She walked out like it was nothing. She's like, yeah, they said it's fine. Blah, blah, blah. It happens all the time. I'm like,
yeah. Like, look at how it like spun up you were beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
For what?
For what? And the thing is that all we have is so much energy, and all we have is so much time, and all we have is this, right? And because of society, we're forced to do a lot of things like, make money and all that shit. But it's not the most important thing. Obviously it helps, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're struggling to make money, I get it. I'm not.
Yeah. I know. I mean, they say money doesn't buy happiness, but it definitely alleviates stress.
That's what it is.
So
100% true.
I get that.
But at the end of the day, you can figure it out no matter what. You can always figure it out. What sucks and what got thrown across my lap recently, and just as an aside, and stopped me in my tracks at the moment, was an associate of mine. We were talking about things, and he found out that I was a Disney fan, so he asked me what to do. I started talking through stuff. He's texting his wife at the time. He's like, she's doing everything. We're good. Like, she went hard. He said, I don't give a shit. I'm paying for it. I don't want you to ask me any questions, right? Like, you plan it. So finally, 2 days before they go on the trip, he's like, I should probably figure some shit out. totally not the time to do it, but work through it. And like we're associates and working on it. But I had no clue. This next sentence is coming out of my mouth. I had no clue about. And he has a daughter who's about 4, and I'm like, why are you going? He's like, my wife wanted to go. We were waiting for our kids to get older, and then our 9-month-old passed away this year after some exactly, and never knew, and absolute kick to the gut, right? But it's also like, it doesn't matter. The other 7 things I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Because I got a healthy wife and 2 healthy kids at home. I didn't have to go through emotionally what this guy did.
No. And we never know what people
you never know
going through.
And that's always, I mean, from a conversational standpoint, if you want to be the best conversationalist you ever going to be, never think about a conversation from your side of it. Always think about the conversation from who you're about to talk to. And know for sure that as much as you know the other person on the other side of whatever conversation you're having, I mean, dude, Ryan, you and I, we know each other pretty damn well. I don't know everything you're going through. You don't know everything I'm going through.
Right.
We don't make those assumptions because we sit around and bullshit about those assumptions, but like, if you have to have a conversation with someone that isn't the best conversation, whether it's from a management standpoint, whether it's just having to deliver news that isn't great, or even news that is great, you got to think about it from the other side. You have to. And if you can go through life thinking about that as much as you can, you're going to be 70% to the positive, guaranteed.
Yeah. I mean,
it's all little shit, man.
Yeah.
It's everything you need to do is little shit.
Yeah. I mean, you never know if you'll even be here tomorrow.
No.
So why are you stressing about something that's, a year away? Or
if you wake up tomorrow and you and the 12 people you care most about in this world are all alive and kicking and in good spots, health wise, be thankful. It's all it's all that matters. It's really all that matters. And frankly, taking that thought process and then applying it to what you do on a daily basis. And I struggle with this. I completely do. But no matter what you do at work, doesn't matter. If shit goes sideways and you don't have that job anymore, you know what you can do? Go get another one.
Yep.
You and I don't want to go down that road. Hey, buddy, I don't want to go down that road. But like, dude, no matter what you do, your 14 favorite people are around.
Yeah.
You don't,
and they got your back.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Let's tap into chat real quick. Old Man Burger says, hi there.
Hello, Gary.
Hey there, Burger. Kayla Coffee Studios says, having compassion for others is a best second thought if your first is negative about them. Have understanding and give others grace.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
So let's talk about some positive stuff for a little bit. We've talked about some tough times, and let's talk about some triumph in your life. What would you say is your greatest triumph?
Dude, I don't even know. I've never thought about that ever.
That's why I love asking these questions, because these are questions I ask some questions that people don't get asked all the time, People don't think about that. Like, people are so caught up in thinking negative things. They don't think about what the best thing that they ever did was.
Yeah, no, it's look, man, I feel like I've built a pretty okay family. It's kind of a shitty way to say it, but you know, I'm happy where I'm at. Dude, I think a lot of it's like day in, day out not murdering someone, like I know it's a joke, but like
just keeping it
but,
all together.
but like, I mean, I've put together a pretty okay career. Put together a pretty okay, I'm in a good spot for being 45, and and still, as much as I need to put more energy into it, been mediocre at putting together some content creation stuff, right?
But you're doing it, you know what I mean?
And that's I mean, that's more than most, right? So it's never over. You always have the spot to move forward. It's really interesting, man. I mean, we got 5 years between you and I, and we're both in our 40s now, but there's a really fucking good possibility that we're gonna live to we're 130 years old. Like it's pretty fucked up, because like I don't know if my body's gonna handle it, but what, we're probably gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
But like it's we're one mediocrely important study away from significant gene therapy. Like it's pretty fucked up being where we're at right now, and it's interesting. It's a 45-year-old today. I went to Hollister today and saw that there were really baggy jeans, and I wanted to try them on so I can order them, because I want to pretend that it's 2001 again, and I don't give a shit what anyone says, because I'm going to. And I have a chain wallet. I found it. I know where it is. I found my chain wallet, so I'm going to wear it again, and I don't give a shit. I'm just going to pretend that I still have my bullhead shirt on, and in my big ass baggy jeans with my gonna order some Doc Martens, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be right. I'm telling you.
Oh man.
But
I was just gonna say, Gary says, Old Man Burger says, if you pass away, your job description will be up before your obituary.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're 100% not wrong. And you get to a point where you realize I grew up the son of 2 teachers, and my wife teaches and my sister teaches, and probably my daughter's going to teach, and it's a thing, and it's all about staying inside the lines, and everything's good. And it's been really hard as someone who grew up that way to like start thinking outside the lines. But finally at 45, I'm thinking about outside the lines, what I can do when I grow up.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different ball game from whenever previous generations were our age.
Yeah.
And dude, I'd love to. It's kind of the plan. Go hard in content creation. I'm 45. By the time I'm 52, not have to get paid by anyone else.
Yeah.
Have my own media, whatever you want to call it, because that's what it is.
I mean, man, wouldn't it be great if this podcast just took off, and I could become a podcaster, and I didn't have to do labor anymore.
Riz, it's going to, because someone may have told you needed to start this 2 years ago.
Yeah, been discussions.
Not mentioning any names.
There's been discussions about me needing to do a podcast.
I mean, look, man, this is the start.
Right.
And you're on episode 10. I'm excited to come back for episode 60
Mm-hmm.
and
Me
probably
too.
be here and
I'm
probably
excited to
be
see.
here in between that. But
yeah, well, let's book you for episode 60 then right now, so we just
dude,
got it. Like, no
you're
matter what
fine,
it's
man. Yeah, 100%. I'm in for it. No, episode 69 if we're really gonna do it, because
Okay.
I'm like, nice the entire
Fair.
time. But for real, man, I mean, you went from maybe to twice a week and being super
Mhm.
flexible with your I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome to see that, and it's awesome that the focus is on helping others. And as you grow and you learn and get people on here and like, look, I hope episode 69, you're like, Dave, we're not going to do this. I have fucking Andrew Huberman coming on for 69 and we'll get you on. Dude, I'll be your Jamie.
I got Wim Hof coming on here, bro.
Dude,
So
dude, if you get Wim Hof, I'm on that episode. I don't give a shit what you say.
Deal, I'll have
Send
you.
me the link. No, dude, I'll just sit in the back and be Jamie. Like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
But my thing is that like I'm excited. Obviously that this is rolling, but like, dude, you are a talent beyond what people know, and frankly, I think beyond what you know. And like this is I'm so happy that you are doing this. And I'm so happy that it's the topic that makes you happy. Right.
Well, and it's crazy because I've tried to create for so long, and I do music and whatever, and but like, man, to do something, to find my niche in something that's completely not about me. And that's why I wanted to do it the whole time, was I want to create, and I want to be a creator. And like, part of it was because like, I want to have like, I want the YouTube plaque on the wall for the, and all that stuff. But it's like, who cares? That's not what it's about. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, it's not about that. It's about just doing something that's going to help other people and last forever,
but it's okay if it's about that too.
I mean, I'm all about filling my cup, but like,
if you don't fill your own, you can't fill others. And that's really what it comes down to. But like, look, man, this is conversations where people are going to take little nuggets out. Right. And whatever it is, it doesn't matter who you have in the other seat. Real conversations lead to, I think, real information. That's always what it is. And like, we've just been put in a bubble where it's like everything has to come from X, Y, Z, fucking books, blah, blah, blah. Goddamn FDA, and we got to wear masks. We're not going down that road. I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
No, but that's where part of my imposter syndrome comes from, is not thinking that I am good enough to be taken serious, in any aspect of my life. And it's so tough to deal with that.
Riz, imposter syndrome never goes away.
Man,
I'm in a position where like I have about 10 people reporting to me, and I don't know why. I don't feel like I'm a responsible human. I am. I know I am. I know I can do it.
I feel the same way at work too. I'm just like, am I doing okay? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing?
That's how I am every day.
Yeah.
But it also, like, imposter syndrome gets a negative rap. And if it really like causes you to seize up, then we got to talk about it. But the whole like, am I doing everything that I should? Should I be in this seat? Right? If that's the question you're asking, and you can answer the majority of it is yes, but the rest of it is I'm learning to get there. It just means you want to be a better person. Like, imposter syndrome isn't a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you let it if you let it paralyze you.
Right. Exactly.
If you're not sure, no matter what, I guarantee you have someone around you that you can ask. And I'm saying that to everyone. whatever position you're in, you have your boss, you have 5 other people that have the same position across whatever company. In most cases, not always, but you can run this shit past other people.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome sucks. I get
Oh,
it
man.
a lot. Really do. But like, I also realize that the only reason I have imposter syndrome is because I'm at a point where I haven't done the shit that I'm doing. And the reason I haven't been there is because they haven't given me the responsibility to actually take care of that. If I'm in a position where they are giving me X responsibility, they trust me with it. So you might not know the answer. You might not know the way to go about it. But you know what? You're probably going to get backed up whichever way that you go because they put you in that position.
So, man, I want to marinate on that for a minute.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, and that's fucking wild. So
Right?
if I go into a situation and I think I am not confident in where I'm at and what my tasks need to be,
right?
That might not be imposter syndrome all the time. That just might be you being in an unfamiliar situation that you completely deserved and earned and like are supposed to be in. And so that's that battle between like letting that imposter syndrome paralyze you.
I think it manifests as imposter syndrome, but you're in a situation that you haven't made a decision yet.
Yeah.
And if you haven't made a decision, then you don't know what you want to do, right? So, and I'm not saying like anything heavy or whatever, but like a lot of people get imposter syndrome because they now have 4 people under them and they don't know what to tell them to do.
Right.
And that's basic. That's people. You were put in that position because someone has trust in you to make decisions up to a certain point where what you're going to do, if it's uncomfortable for you to make a decision, who are you calling? Probably your boss. Who else are you calling? Someone who has a similar role, right? And whereas for smaller businesses, it's really tough because you're probably the only manager of X.
Right. Correct.
But you know what your boss did? Your job prior to putting you in that position. So the way I always go about it is the way I fight through that imposter syndrome. And it's taken me years to get to this point. It's not easy, but it's okay. I know my boss likes facts and information. So I will put all of that together. And if I can go through that and make a decision that I feel is correct, I'm done. But if I have all that and I still have questions, I now have all of the information set up for this specific instance, and I'm going to call my boss. That's just how it is. And that's how you educate yourself. That's how you learn. That's how you get to the point where the position that you were put in, what's the next one? Because you know what? Even for you, Riz, where there's someone that owns the company, you know what he doesn't want to do? All the day-to-day bullshit. You do the majority of that at this point. But there's another level that he would love at some point to elevate you.
Right.
And elevate someone into your position that you feel is going to be able to take that. So
and that's so hard for me to grasp. It's so tough for me to even grasp like that I am deserving.
You're worthy
in the position that I'm in now, even, you know.
But you are. Because he put that faith and trust in you now. He put that faith and trust in you because he seriously considers you a good employee, a good person, someone who has a head on their shoulders, someone who's going to make a good decision. The phrase middle management gets shit on so much, but middle management runs this country. And if you can focus on the fact that you are good at actually bringing information down from a level that is fucking pie in the sky, Ivy Tower bullshit, and all the information from the ground up of people that lie to you, fake shit, yada, yada, yada. You're corralling all of these different attitudes and just fucking personalities that suck.
Yep.
Not always.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they don't suck.
no.
The process of putting all of this together sucks because
Yes.
it's on you. It's on me. As middle management, you are the linchpin for everything that goes on in your company. And that is a significant amount of stress. It's what's like made me feel like I was dying twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
I've
mean,
gotten
that's
to a
yeah.
I've
That's
gotten
myself. I do a self-check at the beginning of every episode, and that's what stresses me out. I mean, everything
yeah.
else is cool, but it's always
It,
like work, work.
it you know what? As soon as you get to a point where you can let that go, and dude, this has only happened to me in the last fucking 10 months.
Mm-hmm.
Man, dude, just not great. But like, there's a book by Mel Robbins that has been making its way around. Have you read Let Them yet?
No.
Mel Robbins wrote a book. It's called Let Them. Excuse me. It blew up on the interwebs.
Okay.
Huge on TikTok. Huge on Instagram. But it's literally the whole theory behind it is someone's mad at you. Cool. Well, let them. But the second half and the more important part of it is let me, right? So let them be mad at me, but let me actually talk to them and figure out why, right? Like,
Right.
people are going to talk shit about you behind your back no matter what.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. As good of a person as you are, and frankly as good of a person as I am, I don't pat myself on the back much, but I'm not an asshole, and I only care about other people. That's how I roll. That's my life.
Yeah.
And frankly,
Yeah.
Ryan, I know you're the same fucking way. But like, a lot of people will get caught up in the fact that they're appalled that someone said something shitty about them. They're not trying to attack you. They just don't know how to deal with you. They just don't know how to. So they're just going to talk shit. So cool. And if you can let them, and then be empathetic, lead with empathy. It's what I've always done. But there's a caveat to that. You can lead with empathy. But the only way you're really going to lead with empathy is that, like, you're confident enough in yourself. You're confident enough in you know that you're in the right.
Man, and that's so because if you don't have that self-confidence, then any opinion that you're faced with about you, you're going to think is facts.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just someone else's narrative.
Yeah. Well, you don't know what people think about you. This is the whole, like, think about stuff from their end, right? Like,
yeah.
What you think about yourself is not what other people think about you, no matter what. They only know you through whatever interactions they have, and not only that, what opinions they have generated from those interactions. So you know what? You're never going to be able to control the narrative of what anyone else thinks.
Right.
What you can control is your ability to go out there and actually do something and take action and move forward in life in the best possible way that you think you can with the information that's out there. And if you can tell yourself that I've done the best that I can with the information that I have that's in front of me right now, and I've made the best decision, you have nothing ever to be stressed about. Nothing. But you have to tell yourself that. You have to train yourself to get to that point. And it is not easy. And I'm not there in any capacity at all.
No, I don't feel like
But I've made strides over the last 6 months. I know I have. And frankly, the Mel Robbins book is a huge go get it. Like, get the audiobook.
I was going to say, is it on audiobook?
Yeah, listen to her audiobook. It's her reading it. She does podcasts, whatever. Like it's great. It's nothing revolutionary. It's just an interesting way to think about it. That's really what it comes down to. It's honestly about, like, realizing that you're never going to affect anyone else's real opinion of anything that's going on. So
yeah, just flip your perspective for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, what do you advocate for? Like, I mean, we advocate for mental health here, you know,
Mhm.
talking to people, stuff
Yeah.
like that, sharing your
Mhm.
feelings. What's the Dave Daily advocate for?
Oh, dude, I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. People. I guess. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I just look, man. The whole COVID thing, right? Like, and we created a fun little community in the D&T Discord, and
Mhm.
there were 30 plus people during COVID that were there that all got together and played together, and Call of Duty, that is, and a bunch of other stuff. And I think we learned, for those of us that were there on a pretty damn regular basis, we learned, those of us that had some demons, and those of us that were working through stuff, people that have and have gotten there. I still to this day, so happy I met Gifty.
Mm.
Outcome wasn't great. I know you two were super close,
Yeah.
but that moment, like for me to create that Discord was an outlet of a community that we were in, but frankly, I wasn't good enough at the game to go hang out with those guys in any capacity. So I just threw that out there. And for me, for Shep, I mean, you came over pretty quick early and whatever.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of others that also did that were a hell of a lot better at the whole thing than I was. But like the whole thing was like we got we got nothing but these good old interwebs outlets right now because the
Yeah.
government sucks.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess the question is what do you advocate for, right? Like if you want something official, right? Like pancreatic cancer is not great. That's what my mom died of.
Mhm.
So that's cool. I mean, if we're gonna raise some money, we're gonna do that. But like more importantly, man, like there's a lot of people that are alive. There's a lot of people that are healthy but aren't mentally right. And
Mhm.
I guess I've always kind of gone into life with that, right? Like such a shit way to say it, but I'm pretty sure I can always help someone, and I can't. It's taken a long time for me to realize that because I I'll tell you a story in a second, but like it's kind of a never out of the fight thing externally, right? Always do whatever the hell I can to talk to someone. Frankly, half of the shit that I said today from a here's my recommendation, I do a quarter of the time. I know what I need to do. I'm really good at talking through it with other people. It's action on my end, and it's really weird, man. It's really weird.
Well, we're the worst at taking our own advice. I feel like,
Always,
yeah. That's a common thing. I don't think that's just you. I can relate to that big time. But yeah, I mean, community. Kayla Coffee Studio says community, leaning into our community. You know, that's advocating for finding a community with your morals. Absolutely.
Yeah. Frankly, I don't even. I mean, like some of that stuff. It's morals is an interesting statement because you may have significantly differing opinions than I do, but that doesn't make our relationship any less strong. I just respect what you think about, and the fact that you've put thought into it, right? Like, and Riz, I know you and I are a lot on the same page. This isn't directed at you. I'm just saying, like, look, dude, community is one thing, but community also gets wrapped up in the whole like we're left, we're right, blah blah blah. I like this guy, blah 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 blah. And it shouldn't, because frankly, 90% of us are in the middle. This is a whole other conversation, but 90% of us are in the middle. And if we respected that, this country would be in a completely different situation. But it's not. So
Yeah.
cool, but community can get from community to cult real close. Just saying. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean you can't build a true community
Right.
of people that care about each other. That's the difference.
Well, and I mean, talking about Gift, me and Gifty were so far apart on certain
Yeah.
views and aspects on things, but man, I'm gonna try real hard not to get emotional again, but
Dude,
every time when I talk about him, I want to fucking cry, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
But me and him were so close for being so different on a lot of things, you know?
But you weren't. You both had strong opinions, but you respected each other, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that we're not throwing into day-to-day stupid fucking news cycle society.
Mm-hmm.
And if we just respected each other's opinions, doesn't matter. Like, because it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Look,
like, dude, man, like he would say some of the things that he would say, and I'm like,
I know.
It just actually, you know, but like, man, I respected him, and that's kind of what community is about too. Is just,
yeah, who cares?
You know,
he was so honest that he
remember.
would give you a shirt off his back.
Yeah,
he was the most honest person that you would run into.
Yep.
To a fault,
Mhm.
frankly. But he would do anything for you if you were his brother. 100%. Like,
Yeah.
just and frankly, I think it's kind of the way to go about it, man. And you know, hard opinions are okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes makes things great is you can have different opinions than others. And
it's fucked up that people are like, this is the only opinion that can happen in this here United States. It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't care which side you're on. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The whole point that we're here is that we all have differing opinions. Like, go back a couple hundred years.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point. We just want to have differing opinions and do your goddamn thing. Like, it's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating to me because the easy answer is let's just respect each other and not make sound bites.
But it's so hard.
But it's so hard.
Everyone is just, I mean, it's so tough to find non-self-serving anything these days
on the internet, but in person. Like, how many times have you sat down at a bar and you're like, da-da-da-da, you start bullshit with someone next to you, and you find out that they are not in agreement with you on something, and then you talk through it, and you have a real conversation with a human being where life is gray, not black or white, and you realize that, oh, hey, this isn't that serious, and we have differing opinions, but at the end of the day, we're probably pretty well parallel in that, yeah, we have different approaches to whatever. But you know what? Now all we're going to worry about is whether or not people are for the 2A and for abortion. And those are the two emotional things we're going to rely on forever.
Yeah.
And it really sucks because people get really emotional about those two things. And frankly, both of them are personal decisions that should have nothing to do with quote unquote left or right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's always a middle ground that there has to be some kind of a middle ground that we can meet on. I mean, and it's stressful too, because people get so consumed in
I agree.
The left and the right and
there was a I was listening to a podcast. I forget what it was, but yada yada yada. There was a reference to it was about 9/11. It was the Chris Williamson podcast. It was the Modern Wisdom podcast. Recently, maybe a week ago, with a dude who's talking about hypnosis. any rate, they did research on people post 9/11, and control groups, all that, whatever. The group that lived through it but didn't consume any media post had less PTSD than people that were not in New York but consumed 3 hours of media focused on it per week. They forced themselves via looking at not even social media, actual news, because this is 2002. Remember this. This is late 2001, 2002. It was media. It was CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, all of that. It was straight old school media. This was also found based on the Boston Marathon bombing.
Okay.
Same thing. People that weren't even there had a higher rate of PTSD because they watched over 2 hours worth of coverage of it per day for whatever.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, the takeaway from that is what you expose yourself to is going to have an effect on what you are. And you know, I was never that guy, right? Like, watch TV, do this, do that, and the other thing. But like, if you take 30 seconds and really think about how you are reacting to X, Y, or Z after you have been exposed to A, B, or C, there's a significant difference. And like, dude, Riz, my God, dude, like we're opposite coasts. Legit, and the fact that we found each other is pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that we have. So I'm not going down that road. Like that's it's not completely where I'm going. But like, I grew up as Central PA, Western PA, for lack of a better term, is a civilized redneck as you possibly could.
Okay.
Right. You've been in Portland the entire time, right? Portland area.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little outside of it. But
I know, but you're suburbs. You're city boy ish.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I got to drive through some empty areas to get there,
Yeah,
but yes,
okay,
yeah,
well,
I'm about 45 minutes away from Portland. Yeah.
But look, there's also an air of what Western PA, Central PA, Pennsylvania, redneck, whatever is, as opposed to those that are in the Pacific Northwest, right? Opinion wise,
right,
we should not be aligned in any capacity.
Right.
What's really interesting is that if you and I have a real conversation about a lot of this, the majority of it, we're more aligned than a lot of people would ever think. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize is that like this country's really big and we're all kind of weird and we're all kind of different in our own way, right? Especially the area, right? Like you look at the fact that there's 15 different countries in Western Europe that are all in the EU, and that's like barely from California to Oklahoma. Like it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
That we're not multiple countries. Like it's really crazy to me.
Right.
And the fact that people think that we're all the same is insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And that's what it's what makes us great. I think so. I think a lot of people do. But I also think it's been weaponized, which sucks. This is all leading back to stress, just so you know. Like I'm along for the ride. But like it's crazy to me that you put yourself in a situation where you think that like half the country just doesn't think like you and they hate you and blah 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 blah, and then you're so anxious and you're on Instagram just scrolling and you're in this echo chamber of left or right, whatever you are, and blah 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 blah, and that's fine, and it's fine to a point. Like I'm cool with you going to your people, right? But as soon as it gets cultish, and as soon as it gets like
we're better than you. Well,
little weird.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just, it's like, look, man, I'm a big gun dude. I'm a huge firearm guy, right? the whole like the whole abortion thing, that's between you and God. It's not. I have no input.
Right.
Zero. But those are the two things that people get hung up on so much.
Yeah.
And they stress out and they put themselves in a situation where they're overthinking so much based on one opinion that they have, that they're gonna have to have a conversation with other people about 9,000 other things that they're going to have an opinion about, but they hate them. And it's so unnecessary to me. It's so putting yourself in a situation where you're mentally putting your body through a lot of negative stuff just because you think that you're more right than someone who's also as right as you are. Like it's crazy to me. And in all honesty, Ryan, it's taken a long time for me to get to that point, because I was, one of the, I'm going to listen to Sean Hannity. And by the way, Rush Limbaugh was one of the best radio shows on. Whether you agree with him or not, man, dude was entertaining.
Yeah.
And he knew how to do it. So at any rate, like I was that guy that listened to, conservative talk radio the entire time I was driving around this country for 2 years. But I also realized that, frankly, you sit in an Applebee's in, I don't know, let's just say outside of Atlanta, where you know that you're going to have a significant clash between cultures because you're at that suburbs or whatever, and you're just talking to someone, and someone to your left is completely urban history, whatever, right? Like urban background, 100% leaning left, and the dude to your other side is he came in from the fields and was a farmer and all that, and he's complete conservative. And all three of you had a real conversation for 2.5 hours and no one killed each other. You know what? That's life. That's life. What's not life is everything that the media tries to make you feel. So, like, don't stress yourself out about this shit, because every person that's within your sphere of influence, right, in the town that you live in, that you're going to run into at the bar, at the restaurant, at the grocery store, at whatever, if you look at their Subaru and they have an Obama sticker that they never took off from 7 years ago, and it makes you mad, you should probably take a breath.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you need to look inside yourself.
100%. And don't get me wrong, Subarus piss me off just in general, but that's because the drivers suck.
It's not the Obama sticker, it's the damn Subaru.
Nah, it's the people that don't know how to drive locally in one, at any rate. It rotates between that and fucking Mitsubishis. So it just depends on the month. I just talked for like 45 minutes, bro. I'm sorry.
No, it's I love to hear your perspective. And it's interesting to me to hear other people's perspective on things. I absolutely love it. So it's been for me talking about that, like there's been times in my life where I've been completely like when Face and J-Web had that political podcast.
Dude, that was so fun.
They never asked me to be on it, but it was because I was that much like checked out of anything having to do with anything going on in the world. Like I just didn't care. I was so tuned in locally, and like it's just because I am protective of my energy and my vibes, and some of that shit I can't control, and so I'm just not even gonna think about it.
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? Is there anything that you want to leave the viewers with before you get out of here?
I think we're good, brother. It's a lot to think about, but yeah, dude. No, I appreciate it, man. I will gladly come on and spew nonsense.
Oh, I'd love to have you back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I would love to have you back. Anywhere that you want people to be able to find you at?
TikTok, Brandy and Dave. That's
Okay,
it. It's Disney focused, right? Been doing
cool.
some stuff on
Yeah,
what's now
plug it, plug it, plug the
what's
Disney
now
stuff. Let's hear about the
what's
Disney stuff.
yeah, Disney stuff is there. Disney content. If you want to go there, you can check me out on Dave Rant, also on TikTok. Got YouTube and all that other fun stuff. Dude, haven't streamed on Twitter. Like I'm like, for someone who's an advocate of social media, like I haven't done shit.
Yeah,
And like, but life is one thing. But dude, yeah, no, it's all good. If you can head that way, that's cool. I mean, big thing is that I'm excited to be on episode 10. I'm excited to be back for episode 20 and then whatever else you want me to. But like, dude, so pumped that you dove into this. Like, this is since I've met you, musically you're super talented. You're also super talented with people. And I think this is going to be more of a calling than you know. And I'm excited for you, man. I really am.
appreciate that, man.
I love the energy. I love how high energy you are going into it. You're super pumped with all of it. And dude, just when you're on episode 505, don't forget that energy.
yeah,
No,
absolutely.
For real, because it gets rote, man. It gets real basic. I mean, look, I'll plug one more. It's This and That on YouTube, DISNTHAT. The whole D&T server is based on the fact that we had a Disney community of 4 dudes, and 3 of us played Call of Duty, and then we got into that. We started inviting folks over from other Discords that, you know, and that's how we met, through a whole bunch of other shit. And it's all good. But This and That Wednesday nights, if you want to come listen to a bunch of irreverent bullshit, we kind of talk about things that may or may not matter. They usually don't. There's a lot of movie reviews. We talk about some Disney stuff, and then there's just random conversation. But
Beautiful.
But yeah, that's that, man. So
Cool. Well,
appreciate you.
Dave,
Do your thing.
It's been an honor to have you on, man. And
All mine.
Yeah, we'll catch you later, bro.
Love you, man. Appreciate it.
Love you too, buddy. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Later. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my guest one time. That was a great conversation. I'm super happy that he was able to make it on, and I appreciate all you guys for hanging out. My first 2-hour episode. Dave, thank you for everything you had to share with us. I think that everyone can take something from something that you said. You had a lot of great stuff in there, man. If you guys are on the Facebook page, why don't you come over to the YouTube, hit the sub button, hit the like button, all that cool stuff. The sub button has not bit anyone yet. Hit that little bell, notifications on. Make sure that you guys come back next time. We are live Wednesday, September 3rd at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. Poverty's Poster Boy is going to be on. It's going to be a great episode. Let me give a shout out to our sponsor one more time, because, you know, we couldn't keep this thing going forward without them. This episode brought to you by Seamless Electrical Solutions. Whether it's wiring, repairs, or full electrical work, Seamless has you covered with quality done right. As a master electrician in Massachusetts, they're committed to keeping your home and business running strong. We're honored to partner with a company that values community and believes in supporting open conversations about mental health. Learn more at seamlesselectricalsolutions.com. Again, so honored to have them be part of the show. Yeah, I guess that's about all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for being here. This was episode 10 of UpLeft State of Mind. please remember it's okay to not be okay. Until next time, please tell somebody you love them. We'll see you.
But before I lay me down, let's get this off my chest first. Excerpt of my life, I call it my next verse. I'm stressed, keep it in perspective, I'm an expert about this Northwest way of life, hey, it could end worse.